damage when you hear this, right?
Now, it's time to rumble!
Let's go. Don't care for the cameras today, you know, Charlie, brother. It's me and you, brother.
Scared, my guy.
Fuck's sake. Alright, Mom, you got me feeling emotional out here, you know.
Okay.
Swear, man, I love you.
Hey, Mom, she's in the studio!
Now, man.
Hey, let's make some history,
Listen.
bro!
Yo.
And before we get into the video today, first of all, his mum is in the studio. That is pretty sick. But yeah, welcome to the Flindle Reacts channel. We're here reacting to the Bugzy Malone Fire in the Booth Part 4. And I will say, of course, a massive Bugzy Malone fan. I've got his tee, I got the merch, I got actually a couple of tops from Bugzy Malone. Yeah, heavy inspiration in my younger years, like so many great albums. I've obviously already watched all of his other Fire in the Booths, but I've seen this one drop, and I was like, okay, I've got to watch this. This is basically, yeah, him and Dave are easily top two, so they had to be my first two reactions, of course. Without any further ado, let's go.
See, there's a complicated part of my story I need to tell. Every member of my family's been a resident in hell. I never spoke about the attempted murder.
Straight away, instantly, this is why I love Bugzy Malone, because you already know he is about to paint an absolute picture. Well, in his own words, paint a picture with words. You know, he's so great at this. Let's go.
Now, man.
Hey, let's make some history,
Listen.
bro!
Yo, see, there's a complicated part of my story I need to tell. Every member of my family's been a resident in hell. I never spoke about the attempted murder, sat in a cell. Every question, no comment, faces never ring a bell. I had my mother sitting with me in the interview, hiding my phone. I could never understand, she didn't want to let me go. Smudging on my fingerprints, how was I supposed to know? The policeman had intelligence, digging me a deeper hole. First time I seen regret in my mother's eyes, I guess she blamed herself. Nearly swapped my freedom for a prison cell. God give me a second chance, all the other soldiers fell. Walking out the station, was she happy? I just couldn't tell. Bang bang, there's murder taking place in my gang.
Just have to stop it there. I try not to stop it as much as I can, but I will say straight away, it's crazy how you go through these experiences in life, and then it's almost like a retrospective thing where you look back on it, and obviously there he's talking about his mum probably feeling some type of way about her son being in jail, but obviously when he was actually in that situation when he was younger, that's not something that you would think about, you know, like, unless you were super, I guess, locked in with it. But it's kind of like a retrospective thing when you look back on past experiences as you grow up. You realize about how, or you grow more empathy, and you realize how it could affect other people. And he talks about, even at the beginning there, like, his whole family has gone through hell because of what he feels like he has put them through. Obviously, he did also sort of say at the start there that he hasn't touched upon this stuff, but he kind of has mentioned it in previous you know, songs of Bugzy Malone. I will say, like I said, I think I've listened to nearly all of his songs, and he's definitely mentioned a few times about, yeah, attempted suicide when he was at prison, and that sort of stuff. So he's touched upon it, but not really in detail. So it's interesting here, and obviously he spoke about his mum as well in the interview rooms and stuff. It's something he's discussed previously in songs, but not really gone into much detail about it. So yeah, let's listen.
That intelligence, digging me a deeper hole. First time I seen regret in my mother's eyes, I guess she blamed herself. Nearly swapped my freedom for a prison cell. God give me a second chance, all the other soldiers fell. Walking out the station, was she happy? I just couldn't tell. Bang bang, there's murder taking place in my gang. My boy is basically a hitman for a couple of grand. The judge hit him with a 33. Murder squad was digging deep. Had us cornered like a sheepdog would do a flock of sheep. Still I'm in the roads heavy. He said he would stab me up. Turned up with his gang, they're trying to fuck me up. I call my uncle panicking. He said, are you man enough? Broken knuckle, self-defense, taking my bandana off. Then the guy turned up.
I have to stop it again, because that is, Bugzy Malone just makes you feel like, this is why I love him as well, because he just makes you feel like, he always has this in his songs where he builds it up and he's like, do you have it? Are you about it? Like, do you have that within you? You know, do you, like, that whole part there where he's like, oh yeah, phone up my uncle. Do you have it? Like, are you about it? Like, it gets you hyped up, and it's like, it starts you, like, you reflect upon yourself. You're like, am I ready for it? Like,
put my mother's house on Berry New Road. His mother driving, she was angry because of what she'd been told. As she's banging down the door, I see my mother turn cold. She pulled her earrings out, ready to go.
yeah.
Fuck her back! Fuck her back!
I'm not surprised.
Bugzy Malone in the building!
when Mumsy's earrings out, yep, it's
Time you
it's
step
gonna get
into my
weird.
studio, you give a man goosebumps like that.
It's gonna
I'm
get
again,
weird.
again. Sorry, bro. I'm sorry. We gotta go again.
Yeah.
Whew.
Wheel it up, wheel it up.
Yeah.
We're gonna listen to it again.
Bugzy Malone.
Wow, wow,
Me
No?
too.
wow. Talk to him, Bugs.
It's a deep one. It's early
Look.
doors.
Gonna give him another history
Price
lesson.
is quite slow like this.
Look, see there's a complicated part of my story I need to tell. Every member of my family's been a resident in hell. I never spoke about the attempted murder, sat in a cell. Every question, no comment, faces never ring a bell. I had my mother sitting with me in the interview, hiding my phone. I could never understand, she didn't wanna let me go. Smudging all my fingerprints, how was I supposed to know? The policeman had intelligence, digging me a deeper hole. First time I seen regret in my
It's crazy how that works as well. Like, just to reiterate the point, like how like when they're in that, they're already going to jail, but the police are so like on it with that stuff, and they're like, oh, can we get him to do more time? And it's crazy.
mother's eyes, I guess she blamed herself. Nearly swapped my freedom for a prison cell. God give me a second chance, all the other soldiers fell. Walking out the building, was she happy? I just couldn't tell. Bang, bang, this murder taking place in my gang. My boy's basically a hitman for a couple of grand. The judge hit him with a 33. Murder squad were digging deep. Had us cornered like a sheepdog would do a flock of sheep. Still I'm in the roads heavy. He said he would stab me up. Turned up with his guys, they're trying to fuck me up. I call my uncle panicking. He said, are you man enough? Broken knuckles, self-defense, taking my bandana off. Then the guy turned up at my mother's house on Berry New Road. His mum driving, she was angry because of what she'd been told. As she's banging down the door, I see my mother turn cold. She pulled her earrings out, ready to go. The guy's mum must have been twice my mother's size, but still she didn't give a fuck. His mother ran away, my mum's the first woman I love.
Do you know what I will say as well, very quickly? He's wheeled up that whole verse, but he's slightly changed a few bits here and there, which just shows you how raw it is and how much of a freestyle it is, and it shows you his talent of, like I said at the start, being able to storytell and change the words that he uses, but they're still also effective.
The guy stayed sat in the car, it's him that started the crud. He's lucky I didn't start smashing it up. My boiling blood has got me on the block every day. Plus marijuana had me crumbling my life away. To God I had to pray, dear Lord, I just pray you keep my mother safe. And can you take the pain away? I see it in her face, there's an argument. I see glass breaking in my heart again. For my mum I'd fight the world, on the pitch I play defense. If they touch her cardigan, I set fire to the booth. I would've burnt down Parliament like Guy Fawkes. Bonfire night, we'd let them fly. 32 shot repeater, fireworks on every side.
He's hitting up.
Crazy.
You're listening to a man that really nearly seen his mother die young. I used to cry, I had to pull myself together, put a brave face on. I shot my JDZ media, that's a bass song. I had 50 plans ready to drop. I'm still talking about a sawn off shotty.
Jay-Z Media, that was one of his first drops, and I tell you, that whole build up just sends like tingles through your, like, because that's what I'm talking about, like the whole like storytelling and be able to motivate the people that listen to it, and it's just, it gets you going, you know, like amped up.
Like my city wasn't hot, rapping was my last chance. If the fire in the booth didn't bang, I would've stopped shooting a song. I had 50 plans ready to drop. I'm still talking about a sawn off shotty. Like my city wasn't hot, rapping was my last chance. If the fire in the booth didn't bang, I would've stopped shooting videos for fans. The docs are only up in Liverpool. I'm looking for bands, I need the boxes to multiply. I got bigger plans, so then I spoke to my cousin in Jamaica, told him hold on. I was stacking money, but I need to get my bro long. Felt the devil brush past my shoulder, that was bro gone. If you have to take me next, cool, but please don't take my mom. Start watching my life from the front row. Flash before my eyes, I was done for. Staring down the barrel of a snub nose. Nearly gave the devil what he asked for. Yeah, cause they don't really love you.
Crazy.
You can't really trust no one the way your mother loves you. She'll love you to the day she's gone. Stop watching my life from the front row. Flash before my eyes, I was done for. Staring down the barrel of a snub nose. Nearly gave the devil what he asked for.
So very clever, this change up here is not only flexing his ability as a rapper to sort of almost just sing to us, like such a nice rhythm and a hook to, you could put that in the middle of any song and it would be, you know, a great song, but also how he talks about his Jamaican sort of, you know, connections, and then he turns into the almost like the Jamaican style, like reggae sort of like tone in his voice, or the way he's sort of putting it across. It's like such a smart way of rapping almost, or like again this whole storytelling persona of where he's talking about Jamaica and that connection in his life, and then he's almost showing us his connection, you know. And he has a couple of songs that are kind of like this as well, where he's sort of almost like singing to us in that Jamaican sort of vibe almost. So yeah, very, very sick.
Staring down the barrel of a snub nose, nearly get the devil what he asked for. Yeah, cause they don't really love you. You can't really trust no one the way your mother loves you.
Yeah, sick.
She'll love you to the day she said, watching your life from the front row. Flash before her eyes, you were done for.
Do you know what? That's a great perspective. I didn't even think about that as a perspective, but obviously this whole first section is tribute to his mother, and he says they're like sat in at the front row watching, like basically front row tickets to your whole life is obviously your mother, and that's such a great way of putting it. I didn't have that perspective. Obviously I have great respect for my mum as well, but that's just an interesting way of putting that almost, you know, like, yeah.
He said, watching your life from the front row. Flash before her eyes, you were done for. Staring down the barrel of a snub nose, nearly gave the devil what he asked for. Yeah, cause they don't really love you. You can't really trust no one the way your mother loves you. She'll love you to the day she's gone.
Yeah,
Wow! Bugzy Malone!
yeah, crazy talent. He's just got so
That was
much
emotional.
ability.
Your mom's in the studio. I
Shout out
can feel
to
the
your mum.
energy. I know everyone in the studio's like, wow. Speechless.
I will say for this I'm gonna have to skip Charlie's booms and whatever, but hopefully for the second part, usually well, hopefully it's a bit more maybe upbeat. Not to say I don't love what he's just done there, paying tribute to his mum and stuff, but I do like Bugzy Malone on a bit more of an upbeat type vibe. But let's see.
Listen, bro, I
Of course.
have a team. They're legit.
we've got
Okay,
that.
we're on the way. We're in the car, right?
Maybe guys. Let's go.
I'm really trying to compete worldwide, you know, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Trying to be one
I need YouTube Premium.
of the best in the world, you get me?
And I believe you will be, my guy.
Yeah.
You're already there. You're already
Yeah,
up there.
exactly.
On the mountain looking down, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Come on, Charlie.
It's another chapter.
Yeah.
Let's talk to him, bro.
Check.
And I will say as well, this connection that they have, like Charlie and Bugzy, the mutual respect there. Obviously, Bugzy recognising that basically Charlie is the reason why he. Well, obviously that was the first time as well. I'll let you guys know that's the first time I heard Bugzy Malone was his first Fire in the Booth. Basically from there, I knew listened to everything that he had to say basically after that. So yeah, I feel like Bugzy recognised that as well, that his platform has been, well, he used Charlie's platform to become Bugzy Malone that he is today. So
In the Mona Lisa, there's hundreds of layers of paint. Call this Da Vinci, cause there's hundreds of layers of paint. Listen,
whoa,
Talk to him. Talk to him.
that was hundreds there.
yo, they ain't heard from me in a second. I've been knee deep in grieving, I've been needing a blessing. It's like the old me's deceased and I've just buried the coffin, but that's the price you pay for crazy progression. I need the best to be ballistic, I want bullet protection, cause rappers start taking shots when they can smell a recession. I own the rights to all my music, that's a heavy collection. Now I'm a landlord, rent collecting is my...
I'll say Bugzy is different for that, you know, like it's kind of like the JME kind of trend of not following, like not signing a label, just doing things independent. He was like one of the first people, or you know, him and obviously not the first, but a lot of quite common just to basically sign to a label and sign your life away. But Bugzy was different with that. He went independent, and yeah, he's a very very wealthy man now for it.
I own the rights to all my music, that's a heavy collection. Now I'm a landlord, rent collecting is my profession. Watch the mic go up in flames like I do telekinesis. Fuck setting fire to the booth, I'm trying to blow it to pieces. See when you come up,
oh God.
that's a heavy collection. Now I'm a landlord, rent collecting is my profession. Watch the mic go up in flames like I do telekinesis. Fuck setting fire to the booth, I'm trying to blow it to pieces. See when you come up
Right,
from the
Bob.
mud, you better shake off the leeches. I just think I'm the realest, and I go in the deepest. So when I spit, you see it vivid, like you're sleeping and dreaming. When I was younger, uncle told me he was fighting a demon. Everybody called him mad, I think I really believed him. There was a murder in his gaff, and after that he was tweaking. When he got sectioned, I was 14, visiting the mental institution.
The PTSD from that, like I feel like Bugzy can relate to the PTSD within with him what happened to his uncle.
He was fighting a demon. Everybody called him mad. I think I really believed him. There was a murder in his gaff, and after that he was tweaking. When he got sectioned, I was 14, visiting the mental institution. Every day I had my shack, cause I wanted retribution for my family or my gang. I would have done an execution. I'll just say it how it is. I just think you're wired different when you grow up hearing stories about murder as a kid. Somehow you smell it in the air.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, you're a product of your environment, right? So yeah, I mean, when you're doing that at 14, then.
I just think you're wired different when you grow up hearing stories about murder as a kid. Somehow you smell it in the air. You can feel it in your ribs. I'm like Da Vinci with the pencil. I'm just sketching what I think, but let me throw the kitchen sink. I heard an article, something about the North, and it said who's the real king, but I thought let me not reply. I wait until I'm on the mic. You stand in front of any guy and ask him who the fuck you think. Let me simplify the facts and we'll just see if it sinks in. Age 11 I got home late, cause I've been stabbed. I got him back like Vinnie Jones in Lock, Stock covered in glass. 30, my cousin asked me for a spade and we was digging to the early hours till eventually we found a strap. 14, I got nicked on an attempted murder. 15, my mate committed murder. 16, I'm sat in jail. 17, I'm getting active with the scales. 18.
Shit. Okay, he's kind of doing like almost like a Biggie, you know, story. Like again, he's referenced it a few times here about the Da Vinci painting the pictures. Now he's talking about what age in his life he's experienced, what he's experienced, and again, like I said, product of your environment. And
got covered in glass. 30, my cousin asked me for a spade and we was digging to the early hours till eventually we found a strap. 14, I got nicked on an attempted murder. 15, my mate committed murder. 16, I'm sat in jail. 17, I'm getting active with the scales. 18, I'm in designer like I've written Timmy Turner. 19, I lost a boxing match and called it a day. 20, I was so depressed I nearly called it a day. 21, I made a plan, I'm really trying to escape.
I can't remember his. Obviously, we know his boxing background, and there's one song I used to honestly religiously listen to in the gym, and I remember the music video was a boxing one. I can't remember. It might be "Keep It Moving" or something like that. That song honestly might be. It's definitely in my top 3 Bugzy Malone songs. If you know, you know. Let me know as well in the comments down below. What are your favourite Bugzy Malone songs? But I think for me, the yeah, that definitely, I think it's Keep It Moving or something like that. Yeah, super, like a good gym one to. I mean, a lot of them are a good gym one to be fair, but yeah.
I'm in designer like I've written Timmy Turner. 19, I lost a boxing match and called it a day. 20, I was so depressed I nearly called it a day. 21, I made a plan, I'm really trying to escape. So 22, I'm back to kicking doors off on the estate. 23, I can't hit 50. 24, I made $1 million, all my taxes were paid. 25, I spent $1 million on a house.
What a you know, contrast, like from his young days going through just hell, basically the trenches, to just paying off everything at 24.
With electric gates, so 26, I got my Hurricane, same colour as my Wraith. Spent $3 million on my London crib and rented it out. I'm standing out in the Sorare, there's not many about. I hear them.
And I will say, so smart as well. Like, obviously, properties, one of the greatest investments that you can do when you've got money like this, for sure.
On my London crib and rented it out. I'm standing out in the Sorare, there's not many about. I hear them talking about numbers like I'm in it for clout. I was never trying to be famous, I was trying to get out. If they do pop, they can't talk about me like we're the same. Like rap music ain't for kids that come from serious pain. Before rap they were legit, and now they work for the game. Before rap I knew some shooters that would blow out your brain. The industry had gatekeepers, and the North couldn't play. When I started spitting, none of us were making a wage. So for them to get paid, I had to blow off the gate. That makes me king of the North until I'm dead in my grave. I learned my hustle from the boys and pedal bikes in the rain. That means I'm self-employed, so don't be shouting my name. I bought the Lamborghini cash, now that's a separate lane. And I get man of the match because I'm messy on stage. Suicidal as a kid till I seen Cassius Clay. That's when I realized what it was to be great. I said I'd represent the strugglers and I showed them the way. So then I made my first tape, started setting the pace. I'm Leonardo with the biro, like I wrote this in Latin. And every album's up a level, you might notice a pattern. I've been a savage all my life, but now I'm finding the balance. And you become the crouching tiger when you're hiding the dragon. I don't know, I changed the game. You know, an inspiration for the kids. And every time I've taken aim, I didn't miss. I'm like John Wick, I make my hate.
I wonder if he realizes, like, obviously, you know, again, we love a football bar reference, the artist reference. He basically can. He's been doing it his whole career where he's referencing, you know, all these different artists and stuff. But I wonder if he realizes the impact he actually has had on people's lives. Like, I'll be one of the biggest advocates to say, like, his music alone, you know, some days would be enough for me to go to the gym, you know, and do stuff, you know. So I wonder if he realizes the actual impact he has had on a generation.
You know, an inspiration for the kids. And every time I'm taking aim, I didn't miss. I'm like John Wick, I make my haters quarantine. I leave them physically sick. And that's back when I was Manchester rich, and now it's different. I remember not having a pot to piss in. Fuck's sake, Bugzy Malone, fire in the booth.
Bugzy
You get me?
Malone!
Hey, no talk about no King of the North talk.
Yeah,
You get me?
interesting to hear that, like, people writing saying he's not King of the North. Like, who's better? Like, seriously.
Platform, man. I've been able to change my life, man.
Bro, let me just say something right now.
Platform, man. Fucking set the bar real quick.
Wow, wow.
I just wanted to say thank you, brother, for making a platform, man. I've been able to change my life, man.
Yeah.
Bro, let me just say something right now.
Real.
Say it to you, let me say it to the camera. That is one of the greatest fire in the booths ever.
Perfect.
Ever.
And I'm not surprised Charlie says that, to be fair. Yeah, insane from Bugzy Malone once more. What do you expect? The guy is just a lyrical genius, and again, painting a picture, telling us stories about his life, and yeah, what a pleasure it is just to be able to listen to just a genius at work. But yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this reaction and you want to see more, then first of all, like and subscribe, but also let me know in the comments down below if there's anything in particular that you do want to see me rap to, because I'm open to listening to whatever the comments wants me to sort of react to and see. But of course the first two had to be Dave and Bugzy Malone, because they are basically my goats. But yeah, let me know down below, and we'll catch you guys in a future video. Peace.